In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to use your Hog Riders at Town Hall 7, but be warned, they are very expensive. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 7, and today we're going to do a little bit of an introduction into the Hog Rider armies. So, as many of you know, you unlock the Hog Rider at Town Hall 7 in the Dark Barracks Level 2. It does require Dark Elixir in order to train them, and that can become very expensive over time. So, since Dark Elixir is not necessarily in heavy abundance at Town Hall 7, unless you're a really, really good farmer. Alright, so most of you might know that Town Hall 7, you can 3-star a Town Hall 7 with all Hog Rider and all Hog Rider army. However, you do have to get rid of the Clan Castle troops. So I'm going to teach you some basics at Town Hall 7. This does apply as you move up into Town Hall 8 and Town Hall 9 later on. We're going to take a look at this base right here, another Town Hall 7 base. And when I look at the base and I'm trying to scout out where I'm going to bring my army in, I'm going to use some giants, some wizards, and some wall breakers to kind of crack into the base. And I'm aiming after the Barbarian King. I want to take care of the Barbarian King. I want to get rid of the Clan Castle troops. So I want to make sure that I check the Clan Castle first and make sure that there's not any troops in there. So I'm going to use an archer over there and identify that there's nothing in the Clan Castle. Now, as you look at the north side of this base, you do have a Barbarian King kind of tucked into the base. So we're going to use some giants. We're going to wait a minute, then we're going to drop some wizards. So we had to make sure that there wasn't any giant bombs, any additional giant bombs up there. And then we're going to use some wall breakers to open up the compartment. Next, we're going to drop a heal spell. So I'm dropping a heal spell here because I want to keep my giants up to health, and I want them to basically tank and pull the defenses off of anything around the outsides of the base. The defenses need to target the giants. That way I can bring my hogs in and kind of sneak them in from a flank on the other side of the base. So we're going to use another group of wall breakers there to open up the next compartment, or attempt to. They're not just, they're not quite strong enough just yet. The wizards are going to take down that Barbarian King, and once that Barbarian King falls, you'll notice that the Hog Riders are going to come in from the left side of the base. Alright, so now let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here. We have Hog Riders coming in from the left side. The giants are drawing the fire from these two archer towers. The wizards are back behind them working on buildings behind the giants, and the giants are working on this wall, and they're trying to crack into that compartment where the air defense is located. Now, as we look at the Hog Riders, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a slight adjustment there. And as we look at the Hog Riders, we know that the Hog Rider is a defensive seeking troop. So as we bring the Hog Riders in on this group right here, we know that it's going to go into, or they are going to go into the archer tower. They're going to move into the mortar and also into this cannon, and that's where you can basically map out where the hogs are going to travel from there, and they're going to basically move in a semicircle pattern around the outsides of the base. I did bring some Hog Riders in my Clan Castle, so we do have some higher level hogs here to assist my lower level hogs, the level 2s. And then we're going to use our heal spells with the hogs to keep them alive through the back end of the attack, making sure that they can take out the defenses. Now, I want you to notice that I don't drop the heal spell back behind the hogs. I try to lead the hogs into a heal spell. And I'll basically do the same thing on the opposite side of the base as our hogs move through the base. So we have one more heal spell, and we're going to save it as our hogs move through these defenses. They're going to go down into the wizard tower, over to the cannon, and into the air defense. We're going to save that final heal spell for the final 2-point defenses there, and once the hogs get into that heal spell, they're basically good to go, unless there's a possibility of some giant bombs there, which there are not because there's no spacing there for the giant bomb. We also dropped some wizards back behind our hogs when we dropped them to start the cleanup on the back side of the base. If I'm sure you've heard these terms before, but you just didn't quite understand what they meant. The hogs move quickly. They are a fast-moving troop, and with the assistance of some wizards and some giants, they're able to clean out this base very quickly. So, in reality, as we look at it in steps, when using this type of army, when you move up into Town Hall 8, you're going to use the golems instead of the giants. The golem is a tankier, heavier unit than the giants are. But it's really the same exact techniques as you move up into Town Hall 8. This one's a wraps. Let's go ahead and get into our next attack, guys. Before we move into the next attack, I want to show you what's called Clan Castle luring. So I use a single Hog Rider to pull the Clan Castle troops if we do identify some. So you can do that in order to check a Clan Castle, and there might not be anything in it. In this case here, we do have some max level balloons, and something to be aware of. as the game has progressed over time, the troops are getting stronger and stronger and stronger as we move up into Town Hall 11, Town Hall 12 troops. So dealing with these higher level balloons is very difficult, and this is just something that I kind of threw together to see, you know, whether we could actually take out a group of balloons with just wizards. Like back in the day, you could. A couple years ago, you should have been able to do so. Now they seem to be a lot more powerful, and you do require something along the lines of a giant or a group of giants or maybe a barbarian king to kind of lead the balloons away and allow the wizards to get back behind the balloons and take them out. So this is something that you have to be aware of when using the Hog Riders in your army. You must get rid of these troops, and they are very difficult to take down, especially against higher level clans that might have Town Hall 7s as well, and they are donating to them high level troops. So now let's go ahead and get into that next attack, guys. Okay, so for our second attack, we do have another Town Hall 7, and as we stated before, we know that the Barbarian King is down on the south side, the clan castle is in the central, so we're going to use a hog to go up there and try to scout that clan castle, but he did find a spring trap. So a spring trap is something that you have to worry about when it comes to Hog Riders. They will be taken out very easily by springs, and again, the same sequence as before. We're going to use the giants, the wall breakers, and the wizards. We dropped a larger amount of wizards this time because they were taking care of that Barbarian King, and as you know, once that Barbarian King falls, we can start bringing in our Hog Riders, which we're going to do adjacently to our giants. So the giants are going to focus their way down towards the south, so then we're going to bring in our Hog Riders to go around the north side of the base. So a lot of times what you want to try to do is, if you have tanking units like this and they're going one direction, or a kill squad going one direction, you can bring your hogs in from the opposite direction and basically circle around the base. And basically what you're doing is getting full coverage around the outsides of the base, and then a very similar pattern is what we did before with the Hog Riders and the heal spells. The heal spells and hogs have a very good synchronization together, and so the hogs grouped up, they're going to move from defense to defense. We do have one final heal spell remaining, and we're going to go ahead and drop it here momentarily to move our hogs down from the air defense, the next air defense, into the final cannon. And as you can see, the giants kept the cannon distracted long enough for our hogs to move in. We have plenty of wizards on the back end of this attack to finish the cleanup, and we also have an archer working over there in the corner on that builder's hut. So these are some very basic steps for how to use Hog Riders. These very steps are the same ones that you apply as you progress through the game up through Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10, all the way up to Town Hall 12. Obviously, there's some differences as you move up into the different tiers. You have the Archer Queen at Town Hall 9 that you have to worry about. So, but for right now, let's focus on Town Hall 7, and Hog Riders is another very good viable army for your clan war attacks at Town Hall 7. Another one would definitely be the Dragons. So anyways, that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. I hope you were able to get something out of this content. If you enjoyed this content today, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys.
It's so funny.
What's going on here? Whoa, my God, dude, are you serious?
Are you serious right now?
Oh my God.
Wow, thank you so much, Layback.
Lay back. Oh my God, brother.
Dance party, dude.